warned this video will contain spoilers. Eric Winter, who plays Tim Bradford in The Rookie, recently opened up about Tim and Lucy's relationship, and let's just say, his comments will have Chenford fans speculating non-stop. Winter made it clear that despite the heartbreak of their breakup in Season 6, there's still a deep emotional connection between them. While they've had time to heal, he acknowledged that the wound is still there, which suggests that even though they've tried to move on, neither of them is fully over what happened. That emotional weight will come into play in a big way during the upcoming Valentine's Day episode, where Winter teased that Tim and Lucy will find themselves in a very tricky situation that forces them to check themselves. That sounds like classic Chenford, pushed into a moment where their feelings are impossible to ignore. What's fascinating about Winter's perspective is his emphasis on why Tim made the difficult decision to end things. It wasn't about a lack of love, but rather his own insecurity. He truly believed he wasn't good enough for Lucy. That kind of reasoning makes their breakup even more heartbreaking because, at the core, it wasn't about a loss of feelings, but rather Tim's own struggles with self-worth. Lucy, meanwhile, has had to process this in her own way. Winter compared it to a scab, something that's still healing but can easily be reopened. That's exactly the kind of emotional tension that can create some incredibly powerful moments between them, especially when thrown into a situation where they can't just ignore their feelings. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. Winter teased that Tim and Lucy will end up in an unusual, compromising scenario during the Valentine's Day episode, one that brings their emotions to the surface in a way that neither of them can fully prepare for. Given that they've never really stopped caring for each other, this moment could force them to confront the reality of their lingering feelings. And based on what he's saying, there's a key moment in the episode where they have to step back and truly reassess their emotions. That's the kind of setup that can either lead to progress in their relationship or make things even more complicated. Either way, it's bound to be a must-watch for fans. But what does all of this mean for Chenford's future? Winter's comments reinforce that their story is far from over. The ongoing tension, the unspoken feelings, the fact that they never truly moved on. This all confirms that their romantic arc is still in play. But don't expect a rushed reconciliation. As much as the Valentine's Day episode will bring emotions to the surface, that doesn't necessarily mean they'll get back together right away. There's still a lot they need to work through, especially after their Season 6 breakup. Plus, let's not forget the added complication of Tim's ex-girlfriend, Rachel Hall, making a return in Season 7, Episode 3. Her reappearance signals that the show isn't done playing with the will they/won't they dynamic, and while showrunner Alexi Hawley has made it clear that he wants to avoid a cliched love triangle, Rachel's return is bound to create some tension. So, what does this mean for The Rookie's Valentine's Day episode? Even though Tim and Lucy aren't officially back together, there's no denying that they're still on a path that seems to be leading them back to each other. It's just a matter of time. Like any great TV romance, their journey won't be quick or easy, and there's a good chance that fans will have to wait until The Rookie's final season to see them truly get their happily ever after. But what makes this upcoming episode so exciting is that it's poised to be a defining moment in their relationship. No matter how complicated things get in Season 7, this Valentine's Day episode is shaping up to be a pivotal turning point, one that will likely have a lasting impact on their dynamic moving forward. But what do you think? Could this be the beginning of a Chenford reconciliation? Or will this tricky situation only push them further apart? And how do you feel about Rachel's return? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's talk about what's next for Tim and Lucy.